Rivers Assembly Complex demolished as Fubara presents budget at Government House. Bandits attack local government headquarters in Zamfara, abduct 10 persons. Amidst scarcity of the Naira, POS operators double charges as demand rises. And on the foreign scene, Sierra Leone court orders opposition leaders arrest. Hello and thank you for joining us on the news update. My name is Chiamaka Enendu. The political crisis in Rivers State has taken another dramatic turn as the State Assembly complex was partially demolished, with Governor Sim Fubara presenting the 2024 budget at the Government House to the factional leadership of the Assembly. Governor Sim Fubara presented the 800 billion Naira 2024 budget estimate to Edison Ehi-led group of the Government House, the same moment the demolition was being carried out. The Ehi group was recognized by the court as the Speaker of the House. The presentation of the budget was held at a hall in the Government House, with the government describing the demolition exercise as renovation work on the Assembly complex. The demolition of the complex was carried out by the state government, and bulldozers arrived at the complex around 6 a.m. on Wednesday and commenced the demolition exercise about 2 months after fire gutted the complex. And in the meantime, the Speaker of the Rivers House of Assembly, Ehi Edison, has declared vacant the seat of 25 lawmakers that defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress.
Distinguished colleagues, the House is ruling on the Independent National Electoral Commission of the vacancies in the Rivers House of Assembly and the need to conduct fresh elections to fill the above vacancies within the provided by law. The House has now nominated 6 legislators constitutionally represented members. In line with the position of the Independent Constitution, precisely section 102, the House will effectively continue to discharge its responsibility of legislation, representation, and oversight, notwithstanding vacancies in the membership of the House.
And joining us via phone call to give an update is Daily Trust reporter in Rivers State, Victor Dozier. Hello, Victor, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Kindly give us a picture of how things are shaping up in Port Harcourt from today. This is following, of course, the demolition of the budget of the House of Assembly and the budget presentation at the Government House by Governor Fubara.
All right. The political crisis rocking Rivers State is taking a different dimension on a daily basis. Early this morning, about 7 bulldozers, were brought into the assembly complex, and immediately they started the demolition part of the assembly complex.
And
a statement issued as a result of the recent explosion that rocked the assembly complex. He said that the explosion and the fire incident at the complex caused a lot of damage, and for that reason, the state government has decided to pull down the assembly complex and commence an immediate renovation. But before then, yesterday, a Port Harcourt High Court, presided over by Justice M.W. Danagogo, issued an ex parte motion, in which he recognized Edison Ehi, the factional Speaker of the Rivers Assembly, as the authentic Speaker of the Assembly. With this recognition, the recognition of Edison Ehi now paved way for Governor Sim Fubara to present his 800 billion naira budget. The budget was this morning presented at the Government House where Edison and his faction of assembly are holding a plenary. The governor this morning presented a budget of 800 billion naira to the Edison, a year-led factional assembly.
But still on the demolition of the assembly complex, what is the new group of APC lawmakers saying?
Well, I've not had anything, because this thing just happened this morning. We've not had anything from the 27 members of House of Assembly, that defected to APC. The 27 members are led by Honorable Martins, Right Honorable Martins Amegule, the Speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly. We've not had anything about them. We made contact to see how we can get a reaction from them, but none of them are willing to talk. I think it's like this incident, this issue of demolition of assembly took them unawares, because none of them were able to make any comment as of the time I'm talking to you right now. We've not had any reaction from them.
And what about the security situation in the state? With tensions boiling over, is the police doing something about preventing the breakdown of law and order?
Yes, as we speak right now, the entire assembly complex has been cordoned off by the police. All the adjoining roads leading to the Moscow Road complex of the assembly have been taken over by the police. It will interest you to know that the assembly complex is sitting directly opposite the River State Police Command Headquarters. So the presence of the police command headquarters there, have given way for watertight security. The roads, the major road leading to the complex have been blocked and cordoned off by the police.
And what about Port Harcourt residents? What are they saying? What are the people on the streets saying about the political crisis in the state?
Well, the residents of Port Harcourt, to me, are watching to see how the drama has been unfolded. But I can tell you that there are palpable fear and tension. People are very apprehensive, and because they don't know the next dimension, this very political war between River State Governor and the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, will take. People are afraid that if nothing is done to broker peace between these two political gladiators, that this very crisis may build into violence, political killings, assassinations, and all that. So people are, and for business community here, there are equal tension because River State is the hub of oil and gas business here, and business class, the business community are afraid that if there's any breakdown of law and order here, it may affect their businesses. So, in fact, I can tell you that the state is tensed up. People are very, very apprehensive. Nobody knows the next direction this very political war will lead to.
Thank you for your updates this morning.
Thank you very much.
Away from that now, gunmen suspected to be kidnappers on Tuesday morning reportedly ambushed a convoy of Daewoo workers along the Adoha-Abo axis along the east-west road in Rivers State, shooting dead 4 soldiers and 2 drivers. The gunmen also kidnapped 2 expatriate Korean workers in the entourage. The security source who confirmed the development said the suspected kidnappers ambushed a team of expatriates being escorted by troops of the 5th Battalion of the Nigerian Army along the Rivers State. In a statement, the 6th Division Nigeria Army Port Harcourt confirmed the killing of 4 personnel, noting that the act was carried out by suspected militants. The Acting Deputy Director, 6th Division Army Public Relations, Major Jonah Danjuma, in a statement in Port Harcourt on Tuesday evening, stated that the militants killed 4 of its men and 2 drivers and abducted 2 foreigners. Dajuma disclosed that the military had commenced efforts to track down the culprits, noting that efforts were also on to secure the unconditional freedom of the 2 abducted workers. And at least 10 persons have been abducted by armed bandits in an attack in Zurmi town, the headquarters of Zurmi local government area of Zamfara state. The bandits invaded Zurmi town on Tuesday evening, shooting sporadically as residents were forced to scamper for safety. And troops of Operation Handarin Daji deployed to the town engaged the terrorists in a heavy gun duel which lasted several hours. A resident of the area says 10 persons were abducted during the attack, including a nursing mother and her newborn baby. The Zamfara State Police Command has not released an official statement on the incident. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has called for sustainable intervention to take care of the orphans of Tundunbiri accidental military bombing. Obi stated this in Kaduna when he paid a condolence visit to the people of the state at the loss of lives during the drone attack at Kurminbiri. The report.
On arriving Kaduna, Obi visited Barodiko Teaching Hospital to see the injured persons who are still receiving treatment at the hospital.
Bringing them and treating them in the hospital is one thing. Do we have a sustainable foundation to see especially the orphan children all through? I have somebody who lost 34 family members. You know the trauma of that. Especially these orphan children. We must all join hands because they are not our children. They are not our property. Everybody must join hands to see them through. I in particular know that if such foundation is set up, I will contribute to it as long as it exists.
To avert a recurrence of Tudunbiri incident, he said there is need to support the military.
Well, like I said, this is about, I think, the 16th time. And we have a 16th time. Let me first appreciate the hard work and the effort of the military in helping us to secure the country. But then we should also re-examine and ask ourselves this fundamental question about this reoccurrence where we have 16 times and we have lost almost 500 people. Why is this happening and everything? And be able to see how, as a government in particular, we can support the military to ensure that these things don't happen again.
At a similar visit, special prayers were offered for the repose of the souls of the victims by the leadership of the NNPP in the Northwest, as well as the victory of the party in the court.
And pray for the Almighty Allah for the victim to sympathize and condolence with the victim that recently happened at Kaduna, at Tudunbiri community. So we are here all together to show our will and our prayer for Almighty Allah.
Other northern groups have also called for the fulfillment of the promises made to the victims of Tudunbiri.
Wherever there are issues that had to do with northerners, whether within the north or outside northern Nigeria, we do a follow-up strictly to ensure that whatever promises were made are fulfilled. And that promises as made will ensure that they are fulfilled by God. But we are saying that people should be law-abiding.
Residents there are hopeful that pledges made to support victims of Tudunbiri are redeemed to ensure that those in need get the required assistance. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
The Nigeria Customs Service has condemned a female officer caught in a viral video demanding bribe from a passenger at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. The unidentified officer was seen in less than 2-minute clip requesting a sum of 5,000 naira while clutching the trolley containing the passenger's luggage. And after the passenger was heard saying he could not afford the 5,000 naira sum, the officer reduced the sum to 3,000 naira. Again, the passenger said he could not afford to pay the 3,000 naira. When asked how much he could afford, the passenger said he could part with 1,000 naira, a situation that provoked the customs officer. Reacting to the incident in a statement, the NCS spokesman Abdullahi Maiwada described the incident as unprofessional conduct, saying the officer's action was inconsistent with the values of the agency. Maiwada stated that a comprehensive investigation has commenced to ascertain what transpired during the incident, and he also didn't reveal if the custom officer will be suspended during the probe. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has declared a former Minister of Power and Steel, Olu Agunloye, wanted over alleged $6 billion fraud. Agunloye served under former President Olusegun Obasanjo between 1999 and 2003. The anti-graft agency made this known through a notification posted on its Facebook account, appealing that anyone with information about his whereabouts should report to the agency or the police. The anti-graft agency had invited Agunloye for questioning over his role in the $6 billion Mambila hydropower contract, but he did not honor their invitation. And while Agunloye was serving under the ex-president, the Mambila power project was approved, but allegedly without the approval of the Federal Executive Council. And in an interview, Obasanjo insisted that he was not in the know of who awarded the contract. Obasanjo had challenged Agunloye to tell Nigerians where he derived the authority to award a $6 billion contract to Sunrise Power and Transmission Limited in respect of the project in 2003. In his response, Agunloye said the nature of the initial contract for the Mambila Power Project was awarded as a build, operate and transfer contract in May 2003 under his watch. And this is the Trust News Update, coming up after the break. Osun State government shuts down primary school over food poisoning allegations. And more news when we return. Do stay tuned.
It's time to jackpot for more fun. This season, there are loads of exciting content. Enjoy all the drama, intrigue, suspense, and romance in a wide range of telenovela series, Nollywood movies, Bollywood, kiddies program, and introducing our new kiddies channel, Wooing. After 5 years of waiting, the Nigeria Premier Football League is finally back, live and exclusively on Star Times.
Enjoy more this season with our jackpot promo. Recharge 2 months on Classic or Super Bouquet and get 14 days free, or recharge 2 months and get upgraded to a higher bouquet. Wow! Recharge now and jackpot for more fun and stand a chance to win Sundial TV and other fantastic gifts. Offer runs till January 20, 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Star Times. Entertain your family.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Here is a recap of our major stories. Rivers Assembly Complex demolished. Fubara presents budget at Government House. And bandits attack local government headquarters in Zamfara, abduct 10 persons. And moving on now, the Minister of Solid Mineral, Dele Aleke, has blamed those he calls powerful Nigerians for the illegal mining activities and acts of terrorism going on in different parts of the country. Aleke made the allegation on Tuesday when he led a delegation of top officials of the ministry to defend the 2024 budget estimate before the House Committee on Solid Minerals at the National Assembly Complex in Abuja. He added that the banditry ongoing in the land may have a foreign component, but noted that the major sponsors are Nigerians yet to be identified. He added that for the mining to generate sufficient revenue, there was a need to have a formal structure that the multinationals could deal with, just like the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited.
Mr. Chairman, we want to partner with you to ensure that your objective and our objective, which combined is the vision of Mr. President, is achieved in totality. Now, going through our budget, you did say that it's very appallingly inadequate. Yes, because of all the things that we have read out and because of the vision that we have and the Mr. President, we did make a very appreciable budgetary proposal. But when the envelope came, you understand these things more than us. What we saw in the envelope was quite discouraging.
It will shock you to note that the petroleum sector, which is more or less mining and of the extractive industry, has earmarked $400 million for frontier exploration annually as captured by provisions of the PIA, being a percentage of the operating profit of the NNPC.
And 18 pupils of St. James Primary School, Oshogbo, the Osun State capital, were hospitalized on Monday after eating the meal provided for them at the school under the federal government school feeding program. The incident caused a panic among parents and residents who want the state government to ensure proper investigation and guard against the reoccurrence. Hamid Oyegbade filed in this report.
St. James Primary School, Owokwe, Oshogbo, has a population of 200 pupils, out of which 100 fall under the school feeding program of the federal government. The program is part of government's initiatives aimed at addressing malnutrition among school children to ensure that they are healthy and fit to learn. Though the pupils have been discharged from the hospital, residents and parents described the incident as unfortunate and demanded a thorough investigation.
We want to employ the government, that you send a task force so that every meal staff being employed by the government, by the Osun State government, should be properly monitored, and they should make a serious investigation on what happened on this issue, if it's from the meals perspective or from the home. So we should know.
Okay, for now, we cannot conclude that this is exactly what happened. We know that, and we're aware that more than 100 pupils ate the food that was prepared or that was served in school. 18 of them had stomach upset, which led to taking them to the hospital.
The Commissioner for Information in the state, Kolapo Alimi, assured that the matter will be thoroughly and properly investigated.
The food was served on about 130 students thereabouts. How could 18 of them had contaminated food? The governor directed further investigation. This morning, the 18 students have been taken to the state hospital where were tested, and it was discovered that nothing has happened to them. But the governor directed further that they should be taken to our teaching hospital, also State University Teaching Hospital, and they have been taken there for further investigation. We are awaiting the outcome of that investigation.
Meanwhile, the school feeding program has been suspended in the affected school pending the outcome of the investigation. Hamid Oyegbade, Trust TV News, Oshogbo.
In business, point-of-sale operators in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, have increased their charges by 100% for all transactions following the paucity of Naira notes in the state. The operators confirmed the development in separate interviews in Calabar on Tuesday. They blamed the increasing difficulties in obtaining cash from banks for their actions, and checks reveal that charges for 5,000 and 10,000 Naira withdrawals, which were formerly 100 and 200 Naira respectively, have been increased to 200 Naira and 400 Naira. And not more, an operator asked for patience over the current charges, saying they should not be blamed for the development. And away from Nigeria, Sierra Leone's Court of Appeal has ordered the arrest of the presidential candidate who was the runner-up in the election over the corruption linked to the sale of government shares in a mining company, it said in a statement. And Samuel Kamara was the candidate for the opposition of All People's Congress Party in 2018 in the month of June. He was indicted in 2021 for alleged graft involving a separate matter when he was foreign minister. The trial is ongoing and he denies any wrongdoings. The Court of Appeal on Tuesday ordered Kamara to be arrested and handed over to the Anti-Corruption Commission for questioning over a deal involving the 2012 sale of government shares in a local mining company, Syria Rutile Limited. And Kamara was finance minister at the time, and his legal team had appealed against the commission's accusations, citing lack of evidence. And now to sports. Katsina United have terminated the appointment of their head coach, Tony Bolus. Bolus' disengagement was contained in a statement written by the club's chairman, Kabir Danlami Rimi. According to the letter, the termination of the contract takes effect immediately. And Rimi cited the coach's unruly behavior to the Changi boys management team as reason for his sack. The management advised the outgoing coach to hand over all club's materials in his possession. And under Bolus, Katsina United recorded 3 wins, 4 draws and 4 defeats in 11 games. The club currently occupies the 14th position on the NPFL table. And with that, we've come to the end of the news on Trust TV. Do well to follow us on all our social media handles for more news, live stream, programs and documentaries. My name is Chiamaka Inendu. Thank you for watching.